underachievers, it's me again, Noahfinnce. Sorry I've been gone, but I've been spending a lot of time thinking about the fact that in an alternate universe somewhere, I'm probably a lesbian.
I thought you were American.
I realized probably not that long ago, I have pretty much been every letter of the LGBT community, apart from lesbian. I had a gay phase. I had a phase where I thought I only liked men. And we'll get a bit deeper into that in a sec. I had a bi phase, by which I mean my life. I'm definitely bisexual. I feel like we've settled there. Don't think I'm going to be rescinding any more membership. And trans, obviously. I've been trans. I've also been non-binary. When I was 15, I was really too scared of thinking that I could have been a man, because to me, at the time in 2015, I thought the difference between being non-binary and being trans was wanting to get surgery and start hormones. And I was too scared to talk about that. So for a bit, I thought I was non-binary. What else? I mean, queer. I could call myself queer now. I used to hate that label, but now I'm fine with it. So anyway, I thought we would explore the context by which I could have been a lesbian, and maybe delve into a little bit of social media to do with lesbians, because I'm going to be completely honest. I have a few lesbian friends. Most of my friends are transgender men who most likely end up being gay or bisexual, but I honestly don't know that much about lesbian culture, not as much as I probably should know. So I thought today we could maybe learn together, and I could see who I could have been in Planet 467, where Noahfinnce is a lesbian with breasts. Me and my friends at Balesa are giving away free vibrators to literally everybody that enters my giveaway in the description below. As you may be aware, Balesa is a bi-woman company for all things sexual wellness, and their mission is to empower everybody to explore, embrace, and celebrate their sexuality. So the toys that I'm about to show you arrived when I had about like 4 friends around, and I can't lie. I unboxed them, everybody was curious about what I was being sent, and no word of a lie, we were all completely baffled, not just at the quality, but also at how quiet they are. It's like quite disturbing how quiet they are. So first up, we have the Whisper Bullet, which if you know anything about bullets, it's absolutely a classic, but this one is very, 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 very silent. Like, this is how loud full power is, and it's definitely not weak. It has 5 different vibration speeds and is absolutely tiny. This one is definitely the best one if you're like going away for a weekend or you're going on holiday and you want to be real discreet about bringing something like this with you. And this is absolutely a running theme with the Whisper collection, because if we follow up on the next one, which is definitely bigger, we have the Whisper Vibe, which you'd think because it's so much bigger, it should be so much louder, but you would be wrong. This is literally as loud as it gets. Like, this is full power. This one has 6 vibration speeds, so 1 more than the Bullet, and honestly, you will never find anything this powerful, this quiet anywhere else. Also, the texture and the feel of this is not like anything else I've seen, but it's so wiggly. And I know a lot of people can get quite intimidated by this sort of stuff, but believe me, this one is so soft. This is not gonna hurt you. Next, we have what I think is the most impressive of the Whisper collection. It's the Whisper Rabbit. It has 2 independently adjustable stimulators, which we're aware is a winning combo. And again, it's mysteriously silent. I don't know how it's this quiet at full power. This is insane. I honestly have no idea how they've made this so quiet but this powerful, because believe me, this thing packs a punch. And last but certainly not least, we have the absolutely iconic Rose toy, which if you've been literally anywhere on the internet, especially Twitter, it's under all the tweets. This is like a viral toy. And these bad boys are not popular for no reason. It is screwed up how powerful this thing is. The suction on this thing is absolutely insane. Even the first setting. Like a lot of the time, stuff like this, you have to go like 2-3 clicks up. First setting, just try it out. I've honestly never met or spoken to anybody that I would discuss this type of thing with that has said that they've been disappointed with the Rose. And specifically this one, it has a particularly large hole, which for people that are on testosterone, you will definitely appreciate. So there you go. Those are all the toys that I've been sent from Balesa today. Again, if you want to enter the giveaway and win a free toy, click that link in the description below. There are a few notable moments in my life where, like, I definitely could have known that I liked women. The reason, long story short, I didn't realize I liked women was because I was so dysphoric about having tits that the idea of seeing them made me really uncomfortable. I get dysphoric genuinely looking at other bodies with breasts. And that fear left when I got top surgery, but when I was growing up, there was a bit of like sexuality f***y, which I wouldn't really have called on then, but now I know. So I guess the first thing that like maybe indicated in Planet 467 that I could be a lesbian is the fact that, like, my roleplay games, everybody plays roleplay games with their friend. Like, I'm the dog today, oh, don't put me down.
Oh, you're a fuzzy?
I was always Troy Bolton in my roleplay games, specifically Zac Efron, just Troy Bolton. And every single time I played with my friends, because I always wanted to be a boy, I assumed that boys were only with girls. So when I did the roleplay games, I always had a girlfriend. And I would get very into I would like kiss teddy bears and pretend it was my girlfriend because I'm Troy Bolton, basketball king. But then growing up, as I got a bit older, as I realized I was trans, I went through a phase where, you know, I tried growing out my hair, didn't work, hated it, wanting to die. So I cut it off. And it was specifically at that point where other people started seeing me as a lesbian and just like assuming I was a lesbian because they saw like a masculine looking girl who gets mistaken for a boy, short hair, tomboyish. I'm pretty sure that people at my school thought I was a lesbian. I definitely did not. The thing is that people thought I was a lesbian, which meant that I was a girl that liked girls, but I was a boy that liked boys, so it was real confusing, and there are a few instances where it like came up, and for a little moment, I had like a little bit of, what's the word for reminiscing for something that doesn't exist? I'm sure Germans have a word for that. But there was a moment when I was in marching band, and a kid like several years below me came up to me and was just like, "Hey Noah, so like, you're a lesbian, right? What do you think about this?" And that set me off. I'm pretty sure that pushed back my bisexuality by 10 years. I feel like 2014, 2015, around that time was the era where I was realizing, oh, I'm definitely transgender, oh, I definitely want to have top surgery and go on testosterone. For a time, I thought I wanted bottom surgery, but it wasn't until 2017 where I came out and I was actually diagnosably queer to everybody around me. What would I have been like in 2017 if I was a lesbian, you ask? So today, I thought we could Google such phrases as 27 lesbian. Bear in mind, I haven't planned this video properly, but the one solid thought I had was that if I wanted to figure out what my life would be like if I was a lesbian, the best way that I could go about that would be Googling 2017 lesbian, going on TikTok, and we could just do a deep dive, and maybe I'd have the answer. Would I be a butch? Would I be a stud? Would I be a TERF lesbian? This video is not about lesbians being TERFs, because I know you lesbians. I know you're not like that. I know most of you are very happy to be with trans people. I'm gonna stop talking and just type in 2017 lesbian and see what comes up. Maybe that's a good start. Maybe Noahfinnce as a lesbian. it's just my various coming out videos. So that's not doing us any favors. So I feel like the next course of action is just TikTok. I feel like that's where I get most of my information from anyway. That's where I cite my sources. 2017 lesbian haircut. What were lesbian haircuts like in 2017?
What do you mean bros built like a 1x1 Lego piece? What even is a 1x1 Lego piece?
Okay. I feel like that's the exact type of lesbian I would be. I feel like this video is very early on and I'm already beginning to realize that the way I would have looked if I was a lesbian is just literally what I looked like in 2017. I literally have a picture of myself where I look exactly like this. That's where... I'm actually quite I'm actually quite upset that like this video is literally just like, trans man realizes he would look like girl if he was a girl. Because this is exactly what I look like minus the braces. Same haircut, the f***ing bulletproof vest, which I would definitely wear. And let's not forget the f***ing motorbike jeans that I don't know why anybody thought they looked good, but that was still when skinny jeans were acceptable, so I'm gonna move past that. I'll just type in lesbian talk. Lesbian core! Oh, wait. I type in lesbian and it comes up with lesbian core, lesbian licky licky.
What was that? I heard something over there.
Just said licky licky.
I'd love that. Okay, lesbian core. This is just a girl on the train listening to Sabrina Carpenter. What is lesbian about it? It's lesbian because most see, okay, this is the one issue I have with lesbians. I don't like WLW. W has too many has too many syllables! WLW is like Waluigi.
Oh, yeah.
Like that doesn't describe to me lesbian. Okay, that's my first gripe with lesbians. And as it almost could be, maybe perhaps in a different universe lesbian, I have the entitlement to say that. So we found out that if I was a lesbian, I would be in a long distance relationship. Wait, my first thought was if I was a lesbian, that means it would have to be a long distance relationship, so Corey would still be in Dundee at that point. I would not be dating Corey if I was a lesbian, unless he transitioned. Would I be a misandrist if I was a lesbian? I feel like lesbians have more entitlement to be that way.
A real reflective moment.
Because I'm thinking, what was like the culture war moment in 2017? 2017 was a time where like trans meds were doing like trender compilations. I'm not sure what lesbians were doing at that point.
Put a finger down, lesbian edition. Put a finger down if you've ever been on and off with an ex. Put a finger down if you have anxiety about your hair.
You just did before this video started.
No, I have no insecurity. Shannon Beveridge. Does that anxiety about your hair make you a lesbian? I feel like if I was a lesbian, I'd just be the exact same.
Put a finger down if you've ever had a song written about you.
Oh, the things I would love to say on the internet. I've had a song written about me. That was definitely a point for lesbian. Although it wasn't like a love song, but I feel like lesbians can be quite spiteful. Oh, it's interesting. Quite spiteful, but also the exact opposite. I feel like with gay people, gay men, they break up and they don't get on with each other, they hate each other. Lesbians will like date every single person in their friendship group, break up, still sleep with them and be best friends. Wait, what was that? Where was the point going? Oh, that was it. So, like, the song that was written about me was, like, very spiteful. Like, I would say as spiteful as a breakup song would be. So I think that definitely counts.
I think, but if you have a song written about yourself, you should just dance.
Put a finger down if you've ever worn 2 sports bras.
Okay.
Look, this could double for, like, transgender. This could work for lesbian, non-binary, transgender. Anyone really with boobs that doesn't necessarily want to accentuate them. I got 3 points for lesbian.
Put a finger down if you've ever liked a straight girl.
Yeah. Wait. I don't think I know enough straight girls to, like, be attracted to them. I feel like all my friends, or everybody that I've ever been attracted to is mostly bisexual. Yeah, I feel like my first crush on a girl was Willow Smith when I was a child, but she's poly and bi. No, I can't. Still 3.
Put a finger down if you're friends with an ex.
I have 2 ex-boyfriends. One of them I dated for a single day, and I was gonna break up with him because I didn't really like him. I just thought he had cool hair, and realistically, I just wanted to be him because he was also a sports scholar, and he had the Bieber haircut that I also had. And the other boyfriend that I had was when I was 11, and I was too scared to talk to him. So no.
Put a finger down if you've ever made a handmade gift for a girl.
You're welcome, Mum.
Put a finger down if you had a Tumblr.
6! I scored 6. Maybe I would have been a good lesbian. What else is there?
This is Put a Finger Down, late to lesbian edition. Put a finger down if you ever said, I would totally kiss a woman, but I would never date a woman. Put a finger down if the concept of being with a guy was always like in your head a fantasy, but it was in reality not something that you really thought about executing.
Oh, this is interesting. When I thought about this, it was when I was very aware that I was transgender. I'm real f***ed up about the fact that I had no idea what a relationship would look like for me because I was like, I can't date gay men, obviously, because they don't like my parts. Which I've learned that that's not necessarily the truth. I know a lot of gay men that love FTMs, so that was real confusing. But then also I was worried that like if I dated a guy, he would see me as a girl. That was mostly the problem, so no.
Put a finger down if you were always an enthusiastic ally.
I would have arguments with my dad at the dinner table as a 12-year-old who had just joined Tumblr, who was definitely heterosexual, about gay rights.
Put a finger down if you were always kind of obsessed with women's faces or AFAB people's faces.
Oh, no, I remember that about school. Well, it was faces, but also, oh no, that sounds bad. No, it doesn't. Look, when we played hockey, like, we all wear, like, really, really short skirts, like, very, very, very short skirts. And, like, the hockey girls had, like, real big, beefy legs, and I would just, like, kind of stare at their legs. But I was also a girl, and it wasn't predatory. What type of lesbian am I? We've all seen it. We have all seen it. What is it called? Heartstopper. We've all seen Heartstopper. We gotta do that Am I a Lesbian quiz. And I feel like the questions are gonna be very different than, like, Am I Gay quiz. WikiHow has an Am I Lesbian quiz. Let's go. Consent to all those cookies. Have you ever gotten butterflies around a girl? Yes, for sure. Do your close female friendships ever feel intense or kind of romantic? Oh, I've definitely had a crush on my best friend. When you imagine a future with a guy, what do you picture? That sounds like something I want. Who do you mainly have crushes on? Girls, female celebrities, or fictional female characters? A mix of girls and guys, yeah. How do you feel about queer female characters, celebrities, or influencers? I feel like I can identify with lots of queer female characters or famous lesbians. I quite like how rude Renee Rapp seems. How does it feel to be physically intimate with a guy? Amazing, show-stopping, incredible.
Spectacular, never the same, totally unique, completely not ever been done before.
How would you feel about kissing a girl? Who else would I kiss? I've kissed a girl and liked it. Do you have a lot of friends who identify as LGBT? Obviously. If a woman flirted and expressed attraction towards you, how would you feel? I'd be terrified. I feel like when I first came out as trans and like transitioned, started hormones, had top surgery, I like went to gay bars and I was like terrified of gay men because I was like, they don't like me, and then they did start liking me, and the way that they spoke to me, I liked. With girls, if they flirt with me, I get terrified. Like, I'm terrified of it. And it may be the autism because I don't know if they're actually flirting with me, but when you pick up on it and you know it's happening, I don't know how to respond. Is there an answer for that? No, there's no answer for that. How do you feel after watching or listening to queer media? Very fulfilled. Do you ever dream about getting intimate with another woman? All the time. How would you feel if someone assumed you're a lesbian? Intrigued. Pretend that 2 years have passed. How likely are you to be dating someone who's the same gender as you? Super likely. So, drum roll please! You might be a lesbian! Well, that was boring. I might be a lesbian. Sure, we knew that coming in here. Maybe, what type of lesbian am I quiz? Do you ever have any specific role models or figures who inspire you within or outside the LGBTQ+ community? Yes, their bravery and accomplishments motivate me to be my authentic self. Sure. I don't know what that means about what, like, if I'm a top or a bottom or a stud, but sure. 9 more questions. What inspires you in the LGBT community or other communities you identify with? I feel like these questions should be like, do you like brick or perfume? I'm saying it, this is woke. This is woke before woke was a thing. Oh, here we go. 5 questions in. Have you ever identified with specific labels like butch, femme, or genderqueer? Why or why not? No, I haven't. I identified as non-binary androsexual, which meant that I liked men, I think. I think that's what that means. How comfortable do you feel expressing your identity around different people? Completely open and comfortable with everyone. I'm not rating this quiz so far. View my results. I got femme! You identify strongly with the femme descriptor. This means you embrace femininity in your style, behavior, and personal presentation. You love expressing yourself through fashion. Look, this is just wrong. I don't know why I'm trying to make sense of a video that doesn't make sense. What type of lesbian am I quizzing? This one has 3 stars, but I'm... Favorite body part on a girl? Face, breasts, legs, or butt. The thing I don't understand is how people's favorite parts of other people can be things that are like indistinguishable from other people. You could just end up dating anyone with a butt. Favorite body part on a girl? Face! Is a face even a body part? Feeling towards pretty girls you see in the shops. Probably, gosh, she's pretty. I wonder if she looked at me. Children or nah? No time for kids. We always be in the bedroom. Shoes? Question mark? Is there a yes option? Do you think you are more masculine or feminine? Whatever. Very feminine. I look feminine, but I have some masculine traits. Masculine, but I can be a girl when I want to be. Whatever. If Jennifer Lawrence were your age and asked you out, what would you say? Let me check with my side host first. That's what I would say. I'm a gamer lesbian! With an unbreakable bond with your console and eyes that light up at the mention of new releases, your love for video games is an integral part of your identity. Every quest you embark on, every pixelated world you explore, every opponent you conquer, it's all a part of your digital universe. Minecraft, that's your kingdom. I didn't click any of the gamer options. I guess that's it. I guess that I'm a gamer lesbian. I'm not sure I'm happy with that conclusion, but you know, I'll take what I can get. I don't think like I've learned anything. Maybe the conclusion is that stereotypes are just stereotypes. None of them are real. Love is love. Be who you are for your pride. I'd be a real hot lesbian. I'd be like really popular with all the lesbians and like the girls. So I guess that's it. I guess I figured it out. Let me know in the comments if you're a lesbian, if you were a lesbian in the past, if you're a future lesbian, if you also think about what your life would be like if you were a lesbian. Let me know in the comments! Have a good day or don't. See you later, losers. Goodbye. Very sorry. We're gonna be never mind. No.
No, that was great.
Okay. Is this making any sense? Obviously it can be cut down, but...
I can't lie, I tuned into that about halfway through and I was like, I don't know how we got here.
Yeah, I'd be a hard lesbian. I would roll around in sticks and mud and create scenarios for myself in which I save Princess Peach from Bowser. 'Cause I'm a...